Hey guys, I'm back with another video update on the car and the blade progress and all that. It is really hot here in Texas. The temperature has been like, I guess, like 105 degrees or something every single day at least, and I had to turn the AC off in the garage just so that I could talk on the camera and you guys can hear me. So I'm already just burning up. So yeah, so I'm sure you guys are definitely wondering where I've been for the past month and everything. So basically I've been, of course, finishing up the sanding on the rest of the car. That's what I was doing in the last videos. And then I've also been doing a lot of research on some of the big components that I need to be ordering here pretty soon, which is the things like the engine and transmission and suspension and just everything. So that's been kind of a ordeal, just trying to figure out all the specifics on that. You wouldn't really believe how difficult it is to get all the right specs on an engine directly from Ford or anybody else. And I'm needing a lot of like specific things like the height of the engine and the width and the actual dimensions of it, because I'm trying to double check to make sure that it's all going to fit inside the hood area of the car. And I have it raised quite a bit over what I had originally intended to put in there, but since this new Coyote motor had come out or has come out, and they have a few different models now that they've released as crate motors over the past, I guess, month really, that they've released 3 new variations of that crate motor, and that kind of threw up a lot more questions because I was wanting to do supercharging, and the original motor I'd selected would have to have a whole lot of work done to it, and now they actually came out with a specific supercharged engine that already has a lower compression. It's basically the same one as the Boss engine, but it's got a lower compression ratio. So the bottom end of it's all like beefed up with better crank and better steel rods and better pistons and things like that. So that looks like that's kind of what we're going to go with, and I'm going to use that particular engine, and then possibly going to use the Kinney Bell 2.8 liquid cooled supercharger. So that's the plan now, and the issue that I've been dealing with is that supercharger adds quite a bit of height to the engine, and I wasn't really sure if the cowl on the hood is going to clear it or not, and I'm still not even sure. So it looks like I'm just going to have to order everything and get it here and make it fit. So that's always been kind of my motto anyway. I just get it and make it fit, make it work, whatever it takes. But anyway, so yeah, what else has happened this month? I injured myself quite a few times, pretty much on a daily basis there for a little bit. I cut my hand on a piece of glass. It doesn't really look all that bad right there, but I had a piece of glass cut the back of my hand, and it did a really good job because it cut the nerve to my fingers and just got really far. Like I could see inside my hand, and it looked like it was all Terminator looking. You see all my tendons moving back and forth and stuff, so it was it was a little crazy. Yeah, so that had to get some stitches in the hand, and god dang, it is hot. So I had to get some stitches in the hand and get that fixed up, and then get like my nerve repaired, kind of, which the back of my hand is still numb, but it may come back, it may not, I don't know. So I'll have to figure that out, but it's not too bad right now. Then right after that, after I thought my hand was okay, I had a mountain biking accident, and I got a bunch of road rash on my legs. So I'm not going to show you that right now. Maybe I'll flash a picture up or something, but Anyway, so that was kind of uncomfortable, and then proceeded to slice my toe off the next day. So that's all fixed too. But so yeah. Sorry, my camera was like screaming at me saying weird stuff on screen. But yeah, so besides injuring myself all the time, which everything is good now because I did it about 3 weeks ago, pretty much all within a few days of each accident. So it's all healed up pretty good now. But now it's time to get back to doing stuff in the car, and I've been having some meetings with people to do the molds for the car. And I was going to initially do them myself, and I still may do some of these molds and part of it, like the dash and some things, and probably will be working with this person. And this guy's from the aviation field and does, like, you know, jets and all kinds of stuff, and they really work pretty extensively with carbon fiber and Kevlar and all of the more exotic materials that would be really nice. So it looks like that the bodies that we'll be making for the car will actually be made of carbon fiber. So that's good. So that kind of took us further into discussing using some of the carbon fiber technology and processes to reinforce certain areas of the car that kind of are more of a tight fit. So I don't know really how to explain that, but basically in the interior of the car, and I kind of have the camera sitting on the roof right now because I just got tired of holding it. But basically on the interior of the car, we would have to have like a support structure to go through the center to help keep, you know, torsional forces down and things like that. And it's going to have a full roll cage anyway, but we're looking at really putting, you know, 700 plus horsepower to this car, and I don't want it to twist all up on the road and turn sideways on you, basically into a pretzel. But so we're looking at using the carbon fiber to basically give that same amount of strength, but clear up some of the spacing issues inside the interior as far as the center tunnel and transmission tunnel goes. So what that means is that, like, the floorboard and the transmission tunnel firewall would all be carbon fiber that's mated and kind of glued to steel, essentially, with a special compound. And then, you know, then everything else would be carbon fiber, and we would use some special things like spring steel that's inlaid into carbon fiber and kind of press fitted, and basically it's like pre-tensions the spring steel into a specific pattern, and then you wrap that layer by layer, interweaving the spring steel and the carbon fiber, and you create a shape that has a certain tension on it for maybe like a crash bar, certain areas for rollover or whatever that we can use it, and it's supposed to be really lightweight and a lot stronger than using actual steel. And that would take some of the weight off of the higher sections of the car, kind of giving a lower center of gravity and everything too. So anyway, so that's kind of the things that we've been talking about and all that, and some of the issues I'm dealing with the engine. Also, we have some interested people overseas and been trying to figure out how to get the car over there and still keep it somewhat affordable. And if you guys have been following the Facebook, that's why I have been asking questions on Facebook lately about engines, and especially the conversation that's going at the time of this video, which is on the smaller engines for going overseas. And that's because they have a tariff, which is a tax that is placed on the US, and it's basically 30 to 40% higher for the US than it is anyone else. And that's specifically in places like China and all that, but like even in Europe and Germany and other places have similar taxes, but these taxes really raise the price of the car if you try to get it over there. So if you have a car that's like $100,000, it could be $240,000 just to get it over there for the same car. So a lot of the big companies end up setting up like a manufacturing facility over in that particular country, but you know, we're not going to be doing that anytime soon, and we're, you know, just trying to figure out how to you know, get just like 100 cars delivered around the US for right now. So yeah, so that's kind of a lot of the stuff on the business end, and trying to figure out, you know, the right engine to choose for that, and then we're gonna have to get it, and then we're gonna have to test it, and we're gonna have to test the chassis, which is still in development, and I'll hopefully be starting the assembly of that along with a lot of other stuff with, you know, probably not this month, but hopefully next month is when I'll start, like, you know, ordering a bunch of things that is going to kill me financially, but it needs to be done. So hopefully, you know, we'll get to that point of starting to order all that stuff, get it in, and then I plan to do like videos specifically on those items, kind of like little unboxing videos to show you guys all the cool toys and things like that for whatever we get for the car. And then I'm going to step up more on the videos, because I know I've kind of, you know, sucked this month with the video, especially because I keep promising I'm going to do more videos, and I haven't been able to. It's been kind of crazy. So I don't know. Hopefully I can get a handle on the video scheduling over the next month or so, and keep you guys updated more regularly is my intentions. So yeah, so that's basically the idea. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on this month. And I've been doing some dash work and interior work as far as designing on the door panels and things like that. And that's turning out pretty good. So what I'll do is I'm gonna pick up the camera. It is so hot. Okay, all right, okay. I need to get a quiet air conditioner so I can keep that sucker on. All right, so let's see. Good grief. Okay, yeah, so I've been sanding a lot on the car and getting it prepped and prepared for this other guy that's going to end up doing the molds and everything. You know, like I said, we're probably going to be doing them together and kind of going through that whole process. But this guy's an expert, which is really what I needed before trying to attempt this. You know, it always helps to make these connections before you start a project like this. But anyway, so I have the car marked. You can see I still plan on putting the side vent there. I think I have the kind of final design that I'm going to go with that vent, and it's basically going to be a hole here, and I'm not really sure of the positioning. I'm not going to put that vent in until we already make a body and have the engine in the car, because that vent's going to help exhaust the hot air from the headers and some of the engine stuff, and also the wheel wells and things like that. And then we're looking at putting like a Blade XTR badge and everything in this area. So some of these design concepts kind of were inspired by Mr. Danny Chang, who's kind of disappeared on me, but I need to find him. So if you're watching, email me. But anyway, so, and then I'm going to put the gas lid here, and there's going to be another one on the other side, and these are going to be like the retro old, I can't really remember the specific name that they're called, but you basically push a little lever and the lid just pops up, and they're kind of like the old race style gas lid that you see on, you know, Cobras and GT40s, things like that. Then on the hood here is just a quick reference line right here, and I still have a lot of work to do on this hood, but this is where I may have to cut the hood and raise it like by an inch or so to clear that supercharger, but I'm not sure. And I know a lot of you guys are like also saying, you know, go with a turbo or twin turbo setup, and that's definitely in the plans too, but going with a supercharger is just a lot easier, and it makes a lot of torque up front at lower RPMs, and there's just not as many issues. And turbos take a lot of space in the engine compartment too. It's just elsewhere, but it's a little easier to route it, I guess. So we'll look at that when we get there. And let's see, I took the dash off of the little stand. Now it's inside the car, so you can get an idea of how it's sitting there. And here's the center section I was talking about. You can see how close the seats sit to each other. Now these are extra wide seats. I wanted to get the widest seat that's out there and put it in the car to make sure that it'll fit most of the type of seats that we can get for this. And eventually we'll probably end up going with maybe like some of the Recaros, which are fully electric and even have airbags built into them and things like that for side impact stuff. But yeah, just imagine the whole floorboard being carbon fiber and everything. So even like the doors, all that would be out of carbon, and like an area of that's that I was talking about, that spring steel being used would be as a crash bar along the inside of the doors, and it's supposed to be a lot stronger and lighter than regular steel. Then this area is going to be cut out, and this will be the trunk. So we follow that line. These humps will go away, and you'll actually see the shocks and everything inside this trunk area. So it's going to be on this push rod suspension setup, where the shocks will be inside the trunk, and they'll have a levered push rod assembly that's going down to the suspension, and that will make it easier for when you need to just come and make some adjustments to the ride height, or maybe you need to adjust the dampeners on the shocks or something. So you'll be able to easily do that. And same goes for the front. We're going to have shocks in an alternate location using a cantilever setup also. Now here's the door that I've been working on, and this is just a roughing. So basically I've just slapped clay down, and I haven't really started to really shape it much yet, and it's just really just on there. But let me give you a little closer. Whoa, that's a little too close. Hit the zoom button. Okay. Yeah, so this is just kind of a basic flat, you can imagine some nice stitching going on in this area just to highlight the area. It's going to be a two-toned type interior with dark leathers and light mixed with a light tan leather to offset the colors. Kind of has a gradual bump going on here, and this is just following the Miata door that I originally used for the interior side of this, and I just used the top piece trim to hold it on, and kind of use that to hold my clay and stuff. So I don't know. And then here's where I'm going to put the speaker and things like that, and trying to figure out the best way to mold all that stuff. But anyway, so that kind of gives you an idea of where I'm going right now, and hopefully I'll have that finished up soon, and need to mirror all this up on the other side once I figure everything out, but kind of get an idea. So this would be your door pull, and this would be kind of like a billet, either aluminum or maybe carbon fiber, but it's supposed to be kind of resembles like a knife edge to the whole interior. Kind of follow that same theme that the car has, and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's basically it. Pretty much everything is kind of going on right now. There's a few other things, but I don't know, just trying to figure it all out and get it going and get everything moving on the car, and get to this mold stage. We may end up getting another facility and moving the car there for doing all the mold work. I don't know, we'll see. I need to get like some serious AC systems in place or something for that, just because it's so freaking hot and it's killing me. But yeah, so that's basically it, and you know, stuff like that. Oh yeah, then also I've been following like a whole bunch of YouTube guys on the tubes, basically, that are all do-it-yourself car guys, and I just kind of wanted to do a little shout out for them. One guy, I've been following his project a lot, mainly because I was researching the engine that I wanted to use, or that I was looking at using in the Blade for overseas, and that's at the like the Supra, what is it, the 2J something Z or something like that engine. I don't know, I can't remember. But yeah, so there's a guy that goes by Turbo Cobra, and so I just wanted to kind of give him a shout out because he's doing a lot of cool stuff to an old like 66 or 65 Mustang, I think, and they're basically doing like a ground up restoration on it, and they put this motor in it. It's twin turbo, I believe, and you know, it's going to be a screamer for that car. Normally that's kind of not something I would have ever thought of doing, because I would have put a V8 Ford in it naturally, but it's turned out to be a real interesting project, and just watching him and his son go through the whole process is pretty cool. And you know, they're just regular, you know, garage guys trying to do this project, and they're doing a really good job, especially on their paint. And that was something that really impressed me, was the detail of the paint, and also kind of scared me at the same time, seeing how much work that they had to do with the paint jobs because they had to do it a few times, it looks like. So but it came out really good, and then by going through his videos, kind of turned me on to a local guy, and he's local to this area too, to another guy called what's his name? My Friend Pete, I think. And this guy is like hilarious. So this guy needs his own show on the Discovery Channel or something. But he's basically got a business where he works on cars, fixes them, does all kinds of things, just about anything for a car. I wish my focus would get itself sorted out. So he's doing all this stuff for cars, and he basically does a daily video, pretty much every day almost, and does several different kinds, going over what he's doing. And it's just, you know, it's just the way that he goes about doing his videos that's really the most entertaining. And also the information that he gives out in the videos is some of the most real information that you'll get on the internet, or off of YouTube, or even in real life. Both he and the Turbo Cover guy basically give a lot of good advice, and show a lot of good techniques on the projects that they're doing. And so I just wanted to point other people towards them, because I know a lot of people come across my videos learning, you know, wanting to learn how to do fiberglass, or build a car, or just whatever. And so I think it's good to, you know, help the rest of the community of people that are really doing a good job of sharing their information out there as well. So go check out their sites, their videos. I'll put some links in the bottom little bar below or whatever. The other guy is My Friend Pete is what he goes by. Now I'm trying to remember his name, which I think is what is it, SWRNC, Southwest Rod and Customs, I think. And he's a local guy, does a lot of local business stuff, I guess, and all that. So I may have to go check him out, and I know that Turbo Cobra is supposed to come over and check out the car sometime when I kind of settle down with all this stuff. So anyway, yeah, I've blabbed for like 24 minutes now. So hope that kind of gives you guys a nice update on what's been going on. I know it still doesn't look like a whole lot of progress is taking place, but a lot of this stuff is in the details now, and you're not going to see a whole lot until I start doing a lot of ordering and getting all the big stuff in. So that's going to be a huge financial hit, and I have to just do that kind of smartly. That's a word. But anyway, so that's basically it, and I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll try to do another update here soon, maybe on a cooler day or at night or something. Jesus, it's too hot. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.